We don't have a sound.
I don't have the sound.
You're good, Jay. Jay, it's good now.
What?
Give it a tap.
You're good.
Got it. Good evening, everyone. Soon to be grads of the class of 2022 and guests. Please stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, senior choir.
Oh, our high school, we sing to you. We will always be loyal and true. For thy honor we will stand, for thy laurels fair demand, and will rally round thy flag of blue. Ever forward may we bear thy name, ever upward we'll raise thy fame. May our courage prove true while we're working for you. Lord Washington, we sing thy praise. We sing thy praise.
We are pleased to be here on this beautiful evening to celebrate the graduation of the distinguished class of 2022. Yes, that's worth applause. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Ms. Emily Bays, the president of the Port Washington Board of Education.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome, Schreiber Class of 2022, and welcome to all your invited guests and loved ones. I stand here this evening representing the Board of Education. However, I would like to take this time to talk to you as a parent. As parents, we like to memorialize milestone events. We remember your first steps, your first words, the first day of kindergarten, the first Weber 6th grade Friday on Main Street, freshman parent orientation at Schreiber, where we learned you were so behind you were not getting into college. We remember all these events today and look back with pride, with a smile and warm feelings in our hearts. Of course, while they were happening, we were filled with anxiety and lots of anticipation. What if while you were taking those first steps, you fell and broke your head? What if you lost your cell phone on Main Street and now were stranded and couldn't get home? What if you really weren't getting into college and you were not ready for your next endeavor? That anxiety, the anxiety of what ifs, that's part of the job. And then came 2020. And talk about anxiety. Just as you were getting ready and used to your A days and E days, getting used to 4-1, 4-2, A wing, B wing, knew who to find in the commons and who to find in the cafeteria, it all came to an abrupt halt. But here's the thing. As parents, we learned from you in 2020, and it was you who helped ease some of our anxiety. God knows we, at least most of us, didn't know how to use Zoom or Google Meet or set up multiple screens or even know what screen sharing was. We didn't know. But you knew your way around technology, and you quickly reminded us that there was a benefit to TikTok after all. Of course, the anxieties that existed during the pandemic far exceeded the technological woes, but you triumphed, and you became stronger in spite of all of it. Looking back, we are proud of how you found ways to make the best of it. The drive-by birthdays, the Facebook group calls, more TikTok, navigating A days and B days at Schreiber, Google Meets, live stream, coming back into the building and seeing all your friends, and not just the ones with the same last name as you. Masks, no more live streaming. The cafeteria's got the tables back in there. You knew how to navigate it all, and we certainly didn't use the word unprecedented times for nothing. And so as we sit here tonight and memorialize this milestone for you, your high school graduation, we as parents think back to all the roads that you have taken to get here tonight. And we know you will succeed. You have already proven that to us and to yourselves. You are resilient and resourceful, and you are ready for the next steps. This time, as parents, we will know that you will not break your head on this next steps. And even if we have a little anxiety still, we know at the next milestone event in your life, we will be there, again, with the same pride, smiles, and warm feelings in our hearts. Congratulations to you, and congratulations to your parents and all your loved ones. Enjoy the summer. Thank you.
It's my pleasure at this time to introduce the assistant principal for the class of 2022. How about a round of applause for Ms. Kristen Anesis?
Good evening, Dr. Hines, members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, staff, families, and the class of 2022. First, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who put an enormous amount of effort into making this such a beautiful occasion. Thank you to the grounds people, the custodians, the main office staff, Mrs. Raft, Rita DeLucia, all the EAs, the TAs, everyone who was involved to make everyone come together today. Thank you. So fun fact, this is actually the 20th anniversary of my own high school graduation. What's really funny to me is that fashion has come full circle since then. As I walk around Schreiber, it feels like deja vu. Seniors in high school today dress as my friends and I dressed when we were seniors in high school. Many of you are even wearing vintage band shirts that I actually wore because I went to see those bands and I listened to the music. I know some of you do too. Speaking of which, when I was around your age, in my final summer out of high school and into my freshman year of college, I got really into Pink Floyd's album Animals. I'd like to add that when I get really into an album, I listen to it all the time. I like to break it down, really listen to the words, learn about the artists and what they were going through at the time that they wrote the words, and find connections between the music and my own life and my own heart. Animals wasn't the first album I'd really gotten into, but it always feels like the most significant. Maybe because of the timelessness of the themes, or maybe it's the dynamite musicianship, or maybe it was because every time I listen to it now, I remember. Concurrently with my obsession with animals was the birth of the iPod, as well as the uprise of the CD player alarm clock. Therefore, I would wake up to the album, I would sing along on my walk to morning classes, and I'd play it at parties when someone finally allowed me to control the music. Nowadays, I sometimes add the whole album as a single 42-minute track to a yoga class that I'm teaching. What I've always loved most about Animals is that the story comes full circle. Pink Floyd goes into a deep dive into human nature and all its faults, and rounds out the message to say that people are not alone in this world, that everyone has a home and people to call theirs. The last song on the album is a reprisal of the first track, which shifts the entire tone from the beginning to end and sends a message of hope despite adversity. At the time, I really liked the reminder that no matter what struggle people experience in their lives, no matter what storms we must weather, we could always rely on those we call family and friends to remind us that we are not alone. As time went on, I broadened my horizons. I went to see different bands play. I found new music and new insights to tune into given my changing circumstances in life. I found that the connections I sought to make through the music shifted as I grew. But I always went back to that album. There were significant times in my life when I would give it another listen, and when I did, I found that new and old feelings came together, and I could bring myself back to the place where it all began. I could feel where I was then. I could remember and reflect. I could close my eyes, breathe in the air, and remember exactly where I came from. Now to the class of 2022, my first graduating class at Paul D. Schreiber High School. It's been a wild ride. I've seen you all grow tremendously in the 3 years I've had the pleasure of working with you. You are resilient, you are strong, and you are socially minded individuals who I foresee going places. I could feel you traveling distances, learning new skills, building your connections, and broadening your understanding of the universe. I could see you growing and building your lives. You're at the moment, right exactly now, when the world is yours for the taking, and I hope you indulge, because the world needs to feel your ferocity and your tenacity. But before you go, just remember this place and this moment. Think about the music you are listening to. Think about the friends with whom you like to spend most of your time. Know that you will continue to grow, to move, and to change. That life will take you to the furthest reaches, and you will struggle at times. You may even feel sad and alone. Now, if you do, I want you to remember that all you need to do is close your eyes and remember where you came from. Remember this place, this moment. Remember this time in your life. Remember your friends, your teachers, your home, your family. No matter how far you go, you will always have this time together. No one can take away all that you've accomplished, and you've all earned it together. Take it in. Look up at the sky right now, the cloudy sky, and remember this unique experience you had to grow up with your distinct classmates in this time period for which you are coming of age, guided by the teachers in this particular school. At some point, this might all feel like an artifact, and that's okay. Now play your album. Be reminded that your time at Schreiber has helped mold you into who you are today, and be proud of who you are. I am proud of every one of you today. Now go find your Pink Floyd Animals this summer. Play it a lot and play it loud. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome Ms. Hannah Brooks up, who was elected as our senior speaker for this evening.
Good evening, Dr. Hines, members of the Board of Education and Central Administration, Mr. Lewis, Ms. Anisis, faculty, families, friends, and, most important, the graduating class of 2022. Woo! Among the labels we give ourselves, athletes, artists, Wordle enthusiasts, I think it's safe to say that being media consumers is something we have in common. We're bookworms, film buffs, TV fans, theater kids, and YouTube and TikTok watchers. We've been trained to sort the passing of time into chapters, episodes, and acts. We can spot a quote-unquote ending from a mile away. Our progress bars tell us there are only 5 minutes left, and the main characters are putting on their caps and gowns, so we know more likely than not, the credits are supposed to roll soon. Well, it seems we've found ourselves near the credits of our own very long, weirdly interactive coming-of-age movie. Our finals are done, our yearbooks are signed, and our prom awaits. So where are the slow-motion lens flares? Why isn't Green Day underscoring me to remind us we've had the time of our lives? If we're not getting the cinematic ending promised to us over and over by the media we consume, well, then what do we get? Maybe more dauntingly, what's next? That is a question I've been asking myself for a good bit of time. Factually, I know what comes next, at least in the near future, as I'm sure do most of you. More broadly, though, I'll admit, I have no clue. If we really did live in a movie, today, or maybe tomorrow, would be our grand finale. Every conflict, lesson, and experience would culminate on this one occasion, and, with no reason to pose the question, we would be robbed of the opportunity to ask, what's next? We would know that with every plot thread neatly tied up, what's next is merely skipping off into some nebulous happily ever after as the credits roll. So, at first, I think, how disappointing. We don't get the Disney Channel ending we've been fed since childhood. Our stories don't get to end here. And then, I stop, and I turn dramatically toward the camera, breaking the fourth wall, and I repeat myself, only more slowly this time, and with a slight modification. Oh, our stories don't have to end here. We have no idea what comes next, and how lucky for us. When we look to our futures, we don't see a sequel to High School that could never live up to the original, nor do we see an entirely new film devoid of any backstory. As I see it, it's a blessing in disguise that we don't live in coming-of-age novels or shows. We aren't movies at all. We're scrapbooks, messy, eclectic, and filled with reminders of good times and struggles. We're ever growing, with infinite blank pages ready to be added in and filled with possibility. We're connected to our past, and because of it, we're excited and open to the change that's yet to come. Most of us probably straddle the divide between eagerness to leave high school and hopes of clinging on just a bit longer. But no matter where we fall, one thing is certain. Our scrapbooks, up to now, have had a lot in common. We made it through terrible hurricanes and somehow endured being the most loathed grade through all of elementary school. We've survived 6 mixes, dissected frogs, and evacuated Weber in the pouring rain. We got to high school, joined clubs and teams, watched a pigeon being escorted out of the building, and switched assistant principals. We learned what a lockdown drill was and lived through personal and community tragedies. We were the last class with a full year of before times at Schreiber under our belts. We attended Zoom school and entered a time warp that magicked us from sophomores to seniors in what seemed like a blink of an eye. This year, we became the ones running the organizations, teaching others the ins and outs of high school and pushing for the changes we wanted to see. And we made it, through the good and the bad, together. Our stories were ongoing and bursting at the seams and didn't always make sense, and we are all the better for it. And personally, I can't wait to get together in a few years and flip through our scrapbooks, reminiscing over the macaroni-covered memories of childhood and swapping stories of the entries we've made since last we saw each other. Literally, of course, today is both an ending and a new beginning. This is your friendly reminder to transfer your Google Drive. But, in a much more real sense, the things we've learned, the connections we've made, the simple yet meaningful moments we've shared, These everyday memories are bigger than the so-called big endings we watch on the big screens. Today, we'll put our diplomas somewhere special. Tomorrow, we'll take pictures and press our corsages and boutonnieres. And the day after that, instead of rolling credits, we'll grab a fresh piece of paper and some glue and eagerly ask the world, what's next? Congratulations, class of 2022, we did it!
Thank you, Hannah. At this time, I'd like to recognize Julie Epstein, member of the Board of Education, to present the Bogart Scholarship.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Wow, I have to follow that. Well done, Hannah. That was excellent. Good evening, and once again, welcome, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. I stand before you representing the Bogart Committee with Adam Block and Nanette Melkonian, who's also here. Many years ago, Dr. Albert H. Bogart, a Port Washington physician, generously left a large sum of money to the school district with the intention that the scholarship be awarded annually to a member of the graduating class who has excelled academically and has been an outstanding leader in the school and community. This year, the committee began with an impressive slate of over 20 candidates, all of whom are in the top 5% of their class and have excelled academically in all areas of curriculum. In addition to their academic achievements, each candidate served the community in many different ways, each striving to make a difference in society. And while we can only award one scholarship, we commend each candidate. Congratulations to all of you. This year's recipient exhibited the qualifications of academic achievement with a grade point average placing them in the top 5% of their class, and all while taking a number of Schreiber's most challenging classes. In addition, in 2010, this student exhibited great leadership through the founding of the Project Ripples Initiative, a nonprofit that has raised more than $10,000 exclusively through recycling 200,000 plus bottles and utilized those monies to sponsor educational accessibility projects in underserved schools, including funding full-year scholarships for 30 primary and secondary school students in developing countries. Their commitment to service did not stop there, as they used their knowledge and opportunities to work with Rewild Long Island to help cultivate 3,000 pounds of fresh produce that they were then able to donate to local pantries, facilitated local plant sales, and organized a collaborative event with the Project Ripples Initiative. All of this while maintaining a rigorous academic schedule, research project, and involvement in martial arts. This student exemplifies the very definition of the characteristics of a Bogart Scholarship recipient through their academic achievement, leadership, and service, and who's demonstrated that their passion to provide service to their country and our world started with a ripple and will extend far beyond their high school years and will continue to make waves into the future. It is with esteemed honor that I present on the behalf of the Board of Education and the Bogart Committee the 2022 Bogart Scholarship to this year's recipient, Diana Benedicto Jimenez.
At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Michael J. Hines.
All right, first of all, it should be illegal for anyone to go after Hannah Brooks. That is not fair. Good evening. Do not look up, by the way, because it's beautiful and it's sunny out. It is not going to rain. Do not worry. And if I was a student right now sitting with you, you're probably maybe texting or whatever. I'm going to ask you, please, just give me 4 minutes of your time. I promise, 4 minutes. It's an honor to stand before this incredible, magnificent class of 2022. and a privilege to speak before our school community. I'm so thankful we can all celebrate this moment together, and again, I want to thank the Buildings and Grounds crew for creating such a beautiful setting. I really do appreciate it. I know we all do. So before I begin, I want to let our seniors know that I spent a lot of time over the past several days looking through the Schreiber yearbook. And I wanted to see your faces. I wanted to read the quotes you left under your picture. Here are two of my favorites. From our amazing Jordan Cafaro. Are you here, Jordan? Yeah, Jordan. I love your quote from Winnie the Pooh. She said, "How lucky am I that I have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." And that's incredibly true. Great quote. The second's coming from the debonair Matthew Pierre Lewis. Where are you? Come on, man. He said, and I really love this one, "Don't fake it until you make it. Fake it until you become it." Come on, round of applause. I love that. Thanks, Matt. So, to all our parents, grandparents, and our families, our incredible teachers who are here, our Board of Education, our administrators, and everyone else who had something to do with shaping the lives of the students who are in front of me, I want to thank you for investing your time and love. Today, we see a return on everyone's investment. Believe me, you've been here for 13 years. That's over 14,000 hours that you've been in school. Now, to some of you, it may feel like 20,000 hours, and to some of you, it may feel like 6. But the reality is, we see the return on this investment. And you have received an exceptional public school education in Port Washington. And your children graduate and begin the next chapter of their journey. So to our seniors, you have endured so much over the past 2+ years, yet here you are. You have withstood many challenges and have risen through them to make this a special day. And please know how many people love you and support you. And as I look out into a sea of blue and a little bit of white and black in the front row, I see our future architects, our engineers, our educators, our doctors and nurses, mechanics, contractors, musicians, our programmers, military and police officers, performing artists, scientists, accountants, and of course, our amazing entrepreneurs. Now, this may sound like bad advice, or it may seem like I don't care, and trust me, I do. But I believe this advice that's coming forth right now will be a recipe to your success. My hope is that you fail, and I want you to fail often. I want you to learn from such failures, because the F word has such a negative connotation, and it shouldn't at all. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks and make yourself uncomfortable so you can grow. Comfort is your biggest trap, and coming out of your comfort zone will be your biggest challenge. The truth is, life begins at the end of your comfort zone, and with that comes the high risk of you failing on more than one occasion. The idea of the comfort zone goes back to a classic experiment in psychology. I won't bore you with the details, but it goes like this. Back in 1908, Robert Yerkes and John Dodson explained that a state of relative comfort created a steady level of performance. To maximize performance, however, we need a state of relative anxiety, something I think we've all received quite a few over the past few years. But this is a space where stress levels are slightly higher than normal. And this is a space called optimal anxiety, and it lives just outside your comfort zone. Many times the question gets asked, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Or you may hear, if you want to do something you never had, then you have to do something that you've never done before. Now, Les Brown, I've said this before in our 5th grade moving up ceremony, he's one of my favorite motivational speakers. He says, too many of us, and this includes adults, are not living our dreams because we are living in our fears. Every graduate here has the education, the skills, and the talent to succeed in their next chapter. But do you have the guts to fail and step out of your comfort zone? Because that's a totally different ballgame. For our science lovers, the word homeostasis is derived from the Greek words same and steady, and refers to any process that living things use to actively maintain steady conditions that are necessary for everyone's survival. But ironically, staying homeostatic as a person who wants to do great things is a disease that will lead to unfulfilled potential and a waste of your talents that you may not even know that you have even right now. When we push to the edges of our limits expand. And ask yourself, why resist change when it's the main source of our growth? We all need to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's so much better to fail trying than to not get into the game. And I'll end with this. President Teddy Roosevelt believed it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man or woman stumbles, or where the doer of good deeds have done them better. The credit belongs to the man and woman who is actually in the arena, who spends himself or herself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he or she fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his or her place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. They all took risks. You will take risks. And I want to say before you leave and we get this party started in about 2 minutes, every graduate sitting here before me has all the potential in the world. I know for a fact. I know your parents do. I know everybody who loves you knows that to be true. And this world is an incredibly complex and demanding place to live and to thrive in. The Port Washington School District has prepared you for your next step. So now what will you do? Congratulations. We love you. Take risks, fail often, fulfill your potential, and Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hines. Good evening. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome members of the Port Washington Union Free School District Board of Education, district and building administrators, faculty, parents, friends, and members of the class of 2022. So here it is, the end of June once again. But this year, for these impressive students before us, a rite of passage is occurring before our eyes. No longer will they have a familiar and comfortable place to come back to in the fall. They are off to many places for many reasons to begin the next chapters of their lives. Our celebration here today is to send them off in the finest of style with acknowledgement for their hard work and dedicated scholarship. The young men and women before you this evening began their school journey with enthusiasm and promise in September of 2009. Today, 13 school years later, they are poised for unparalleled new challenges. We have 420 graduates with us today. We have some brilliant scholars, some who have already explored careers, but most all of them have recognized the need for and will enthusiastically enter post-high school education in the fall. We are very proud of the 319 class members who will receive Advanced Regents diplomas today, 185 of them with honors, with another 85 students receiving Regents diplomas. We also have students with us today who have beat tremendous odds to accomplish graduate status. There are students with disabilities, students who have learned English as they studied, students from difficult family situations, students who work to provide resources for family survival, and students who have suffered mightily in their young lives. Some have lost close family members to COVID and other maladies. Some whose family members have lost jobs and livelihoods. Still others suffer from loneliness that keep them from achieving to their greatest potential. Today, however, this is all in the background. I say with great conviction and enthusiasm that we are unconditionally proud of them, our soon-to-be graduates. You have truly risen to the occasion. We expect great things from all of you, like the many Schreiber graduates who have come before you. As a school, we have had a difficult but auspicious year. In spite of the roiling pandemic, academic results are impressive. Athletic teams were incredibly successful. Co-curricular activities were vital and active. And the class of 2022 led by example in spite of these many challenges, both in the school and in the community. We are proud of your record and know that you will thrive in the new and exciting environments where the next chapter of your educations will be staged. We hope that you approach the next chapters with as much enthusiasm and excellence that you have demonstrated at Schreiber. Most impressive are the amazing number of graduates who have performed school and community service. This record of giving back to others is one of the reasons for the strength of the Port Washington community, and we are very proud of your many unselfish acts to benefit others. In closing, I ask you to consider the prophetic words of Albert Einstein and recognize the need as you go forward to the next stage of your lives to dedicate yourselves to good works that will make the world a better place. And I quote, "Strange is our situation here upon earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to a divine purpose. From the standpoint of daily life, however, there is one thing we do know, that we are here for the sake of others, for the countless unknown souls with whose fate we are connected by a bond of sympathy. Many times a day, I realize how much my own outer and inner life is built upon the labors of people, both living and dead, and how earnestly I must exert myself in order to give in return what I have received." Close quote. We know that our graduates will be leaders, role models, and responsible citizens because we've seen it already, long after they have left us on this joyous June day. So it is with great pride, Dr. Hines, that I present to you the responsible, spirited, and distinguished Schreiber High School class of 2022. So at this time, finally, we've gotten to the payload. It's time to award diplomas. And that's a good thing. And as Dr. Hines said, we're not looking at the sky. It's sunny. We're going to get through all 420 of you. Okay, we're ready.
Yeah?
Alexandro Rapo.
You're right here.
Dylan Foreman. Jonah Jernoski. Jacob Veal. Magd Gergis. Kevin Taylor. Drew Basalto. Isaac Harris. Riley Katz.
Let's go, Veal.
Naomi Sif Schur. Julia Chase. Danielle Seidman. Isabella Drazik. Jolie Baltic. Mia Drazik. Brooke Garmissa. Abigail Molstock. Sydney Frisch. Madison Shields. Josh Kalinsky. Amelie Weinstein.
They got too many rows up. I don't know who the next row she's in.
Karen Moreno.
But I don't know when. She's got the next row already up. Okay. Tell her to stop. Tell her to stop.
Brianna Rodriguez.
She'll kill me.
Diani Bonilla Maldonado. Christian Vicente. Kesley Valadares. Chanel Hampton. Martine McGowan. Melanie Sanchez. Brandon Brizuela. Allison Mandel. Ishel Flores. Stephanie Trunk. Dahlia Murda. Nicolette Gonzalez. Paige Nettesheim. Bella Fagan. Alex Esposito.
Fernando Moran. Edwin Palma. Carlos Portillo. Jonathan Segura. Josue Escobar. Andy Carius. John Marquina Amon. Sean Cabayas. Freddie Rios. Yuki Senda. Stephen Coronel. Joshua Prince. Daniel Macharad. Sarah Alvarado. Gabriella Zahner. After all this, I get to say your name. Laura Azkair. Angelina Levigny. Jacob Shevin. Elias Mavreas. Jack Lieblein. Jessica Chen. Catherine Collins. Sophia Lee. Hiren Ju. Vilka Bran Herrera. Stephen Ayala Calderon. David Banegas. Francisco Lopez. William Alexander Martinez. Stephanie Betancourt. Tatiana Nolasco Lopez. Roger Carias Escobar. Brian Sandoval. Samuel Ramirez. Xiomara Sanchez.
It's getting kind of dark. Anderson Calles Perez. Jack Taylor. Tessa Klugman. Gabrielle Gitman. Aaron Triffelman Miller. Abigail Kapoor. Ella Cohn. Anna Scott. Melanie Genzano. Maria Elena Maraz Osorio. Sydney Livingston. Marissa Saccone. Emily Gallucci. Kaltra Kaleri. Madeline Craig. Avery Miller. Mia Peruli. Ashley Cohen. Nicole Bonavita Cola. Liana Ching. Liana Ching.
William Anderson. Dylan Mesterhazy. Finally, an easy one. Michelle Gordon. Stephanie Carta. Jocelyn Castillo. Malia Murda. Hazel Thomas. Raymond Bordenaro. Got it. Emily Class. Ready? Talia Tapia. Gabriella Nakashian. I like that. Juan Rafael Saravia. David Molina. Tony Wang. Aiden Young.
Ryan Lim. Shio Saito. Will Chu. Min Kang. La. Jacob La. Edwin Moon. Matthew Pierre-Louis. Hannah Brooks. Alexandra Parker. Kayla Kwan. Good row. Mei Ling Lawrence.
It is literally raining.
Natalie Parker. Emily Johan. Jacqueline Ashley. Alexandra Vasalinov. Diana Benedicto Jimenez. Amber Kakar.
I went too fast.
Sarika Israni.
You ready? It's not going to rain on your parade. It's all good. Ready? Catherine Wilson. Ren La Scala. Lily Roth. Lily Roth. Braden Lipsit. Sydney Siegman. Sydney Siegman. Jaden Ramos. Allison Strobel. Giselle Hernandez. Was it Sarah Pickens? Yes. Sarah Pickens. Barahona?
Rodriguez, yeah.
Natalie Barahona Rodriguez. Genesis Guevara. Genesis Guevara. Jocelyn Hernandez. Christian Aguilar. Aguilar. Christian Aguilar. Braunschweiger. Jacob Braunschweiger. Joy Kim. Joy Kim. Sam Wolin. Sam Wolin.
Yes, Sam!
Kamaya Wells. Kamaya Wells. Christian Barrera.
Are you ready for this? Thank you. Oh, it's really raining now.
All right.
So good.
Brendan Habert. Connor Chan. Joseph Iqbal. Rory Amar. Colin Funk. Katie Van Cutt. Jennifer Van Cutt. Rebecca Michaels. Jade Meister. Alexandra McCarville. Alexandra Papa. Ruby Weinkselbaum. Elizabeth Keneally. Molly Tashlick. Emma Masri. Avery Klein. Annabelle Rothman. Allison Courier.
Told you it was going to stop. Well, at least lighten up. I got to clear the stairs. Andrew Al-Mahmoud. Bartucci. Xavier Bartucci. Koken. Coca? Dylan Coco. Alexander Eldib. Mia Steinberg. Aruj Zahir. Annie Stell. Annie Stell. Andre DePolo. Andre DePolo.
Let's go, Noto!
Dustin Noto. Nicholas Rhetoric. Stella Shapiro. It's only water. Catherine Altamirano. Dominic Shelton. Danny Scalise. Rayana Nadi. Thank you for keeping it dry. Bethany Ikizi. Bethany Ikizi. Kelly Interiano. We'll just keep going. Melanie Diaz. Michael Katsageorgis. Brandon Tam. Christian Fanu. Christian Fanu. Tuin. Justin Tuin. Kavaris. Aggie Kavaris. Elliot Bay. Elliot Bay. Silas Hokanson. Silas Hokanson. Bram Cheevers. Bram Cheevers. William Lane. Sakif Bouillon. Attaboy. Spencer Lane. Spencer Lane. You got it. Catherine Parsons. Matthew Sigler. Matthew Sigler. Payette. Max Payette. Max Chapanoff. Max Chapanoff. Hannah Tantillo. Jacob Gibson. Corbin Vickers.
Caitlin Esposito. Victoria Yokemic. Alex Flyer. Michaela Gargani. Sophia Zangri. Alexa Siegel. Cecilia Avery La Rosa.
I have the same last name.
Sari Morales. Matt Freeman. Christian Polizzi. Reese Klugman. Michael Bischoff. Ryan Weber. Devesh Mohan. Thank you. Andrea Pantelius. Fry. James Trentalange. Michael Apaza. Noah Chisel. Dylan Campos. Oh my God. Okay. John Thompson. Peter Demopoulos. Jacob Chang. Luke Nolfi. Diego DeLau. Emmanuel Dritzis. Charlie Ioannidis. Gavin Jacobson. Miles Siskind. Okay. George Lazaridis. Joshua Green.
Come on, Bell. Sorry.
Anthony Balomo.
Yeah,
Andrew Nam.
Tony, get them off the stairs. Get them all off the stairs.
Can I tell everyone? Shallows and bases have to stay.
Okay. Matthew Castillo. Matt D. Leonardis. Matt D. Leonardis. Luke DePalma. Luke DePalma. Michael D. Leonardis. You killed me. Freitas? Christopher Freitas. What do we got here? Jordan Cafaro. Jordan Cafaro. There you go. Avery Stapleton. Avery Stapleton. Annabelle Caslow. Annabelle Caslow. Morgan Jacobson. You got it. That's a bad mistake. Sarah Weiner. Chloe Carvajal. Hallie Nissenbaum. Hallie Nissenbaum. Jackie Burke. Jackie Burke. Maya Smith. Thomas Pazzella. Samantha Soldano. Kara Mazet. Caroline Brandvold. Alexa Cass. Yep. Michael Andrew. Andrew Kim. Christian Mendoza. Sean Cassidy. Kareem El-Sher. Kareem El-Sher. Christian Kitsantis. Adam Callender. Adam Callender. Brandon Farahan. Brandon Farahan. Henry Haberman. Haberman. I've said it wrong all that time. I'm sorry. You should have told me. Henry Haberman. Argyros? Yeah. Alex Argyros. Walker Rudis. Walker Rudis. Tomas Campos. Sahej Walia. Sahej Walia. Skylar Smalden. Diaso. Yeah. Marco Diaso. Who's the end of this line? Me. Christian Acevedo. Yeah. You're the end of the line? You're the end of the row? Yeah. Jaden Nunnally. You're the first.
Because the rain, the mic.
Zachary Spring. Jet Ryder. Eleanor Cromie. Noah Corsito. Miles Angle. George Kosadis. Samuel Nakamanson. Griffin Fielding. Mario Pena. Christian Rafferty. Ethan Gertz. Marcus Freeth. Sean Dezelowitz. Gordon Bagley. Benjamin Hicks. Ariel Adam. Anya Weiss. Nicolette Telesmanak. Misong Sim. Azaria Charles. James Goldman. Yu Hao Yun. Daniel Greilsheimer. Andrew Ohlendorf. Jacob Ritholtz. Robert Pagliaro. Ethan Wolfsey. Stavros Pantelius. Ben Schaefer. Joshua Trifleman Miller. Onome Ibide. Jayan Langaro. Gabriela Saltos. Emily Barrera Yanes. Gotcha. Skylar Paul. Zamama Hanif.
Yeah, no, you wait till I say your name. What? DeLeo. Brian DeLeo. Christopher Carrillo. Christopher Carrillo. Griffin Jackson. Griffin Jackson. DeBueras? Got it. Dante DeBueras. Danny? Yeah. Danny Alexander. Blasucci? Yeah. Stephen Blasucci. Sophia Kingsley. Isabella Marks. And the twin sister. Does she always go first? Alexandra Marks. Carlene Gita. Carlene Gita. Olivia Cass. Andy Golke? Golkis. Got it. Andy Golkis. Ava Montaigne. Ava Montaigne. Saloom. Joanne Saloom. Lindsay. Lynn Z. Alyssa Yarachi. Alyssa Yarachi. Tardera. Daniela Tardera. Ian Levine. Darren Muller. Spencer Klein. Andrew Pearson. Andrew Pearson. Ryan Z. C. Ryan C. Thank you for keeping it dry. Elliot Talatsky. Talatsky. Elliot Talatsky. Annabella Lee. Annabella Lee. Ah, I'm honored. Will Carmody. Elizabeth Singh. Elizabeth Singh. Yeah, but they're going to be okay. Do you have it at all? No. Reina Prasad. Shannon Kowicki. Shannon Kowicki. Selena Chin. Selena Chin. Joanna Weber. Joanna Weber. Sung Ah Shin. Sung Ah Shin. Lauren Chan. Chan? Lauren Chan.
It's Rinston LaBelle.
Alexa Rinston LaBelle? Rinston LaBelle. Rinston. Yeah. Alexa Rinston LaBelle. Amanda Catamaccio. Amanda Catamaccio. Liz Kohama. Liz Kohama.
Lucy Barr. McCullen, right? Talia McCullen. Ileana McCullen. Olivia Carrain. Sadie Mandel. Isabel Kate. Amy Baxter. Alexandra Grunfast. Kaylee Romero. Olivia Platt. Kira Darnell. Rachel Nissan. Kayla Kaplan. Ellie Shapiro. Emily Benson Tyler. Nicole Meehan. Leah Schachter. Chloe Anderson. Julia Modi. Sarah Modi. Jordan Berger. Nicholas Amoruso. Aaron Damsky. Jigme Hormitsang. Kandrin Chris. Anthony Zelaya. Zach Siegel. Benjamin Schiff. Benjamin Krefitz. Hudson Greenberg. Max Garmissa. Jasper Abrahams. Nick Sonnenklar. Andrew Feinstein. Bradley Hamroff. Mariam Gergis. Eleni LaRussa. Amira Bakari.
Really? You trying to stay dry? Guys, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep this. Let's go, guys. Maya Lapter. Matt Hellerman. Matt Hellerman. Alexander Vivona. Alexander Vivona. Matthew Gilbert. Matthew Gilbert. Abraham Franchetti. Abraham Franchetti. Asher Charno. Asher Charno. Terry McGinty. Terry McGinty. Maxwell Meehan. Charles Bosworth. Charles Bosworth. Adam Donowitz. Adam Donowitz. Davis Choi. Davis Choi. Isaac Tanner. Isaac Kang. Ilan Litvak. Daniel McVeigh.
William Fabricant.
William Fabricant.
Easy, finally.
Jonah Ross.
Aiden Ho.
Aiden Ho.
Connor Malloy.
Connor Malloy.
Spencer Kaufman.
Spencer Kaufman.
Hudson Aaron.
Hudson Aarons. Tyler Fazzari.
Ethan Severance.
Ethan Severance.
Robert Nova Jr. Novak Jr.
Robert Novak Jr.
Chris Novak. He had to have the junior, right?
Chris Novak.
Guy Elias.
Guy Elias. Olivia Johnson.
Phoebe Levitsky.
Phoebe Levitsky.
Karen.
Abby Karen.
Fowley.
Alexander Fowley.
Elijah Weiss.
Elijah Weiss. Matthew Haddam. Sarah Braunschweiger. John Marshall.
Shoshana Sanders.
Shoshana Sanders.
You're last, huh? You're last. You're it.
Amanda Kaminsky.
How do I say? Rebecca Gatus? Yes.
And the last graduate for the class of 2022, Rebecca Gaddis. Congratulations to the class of 2022. You may move your tassels. And toss your mortarboards. Have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night.